What's going on, guys? We are back with my weekly stream. I know we're a day later. It's just, I had something going on yesterday, so I couldn't. It would have been like a 30-minute stream, so I figured I'll just delay it by one day, and I will, stream the next day. So, looks like Mile High Freedom. What's up, man? Good to see you here. Any recent pickups you want to talk about? Or just anything with cards you want to mention? Any topics you want to bring up? I'd love to mention any of that. But for me, no pickups this past week. I haven't bought anything since the Ragnarok. And like I said, I don't know where I was going with that, but the Ragnarok is, the SGC4 I got. This is the last thing I bought recently. And, I've just been kind of taking it slow. I haven't really only bought like 2 or 3 cards over the past like few months. And, that's just the way it's been for me. I've just like the past 2 cards I bought were both USA shards, the Deadfire back in September, and just recently I got the Ragnarok. My last hit was a Tigris Optichrome PSA 10. Wow, man, congrats. That's massive. Is that pop 1? I mean, that's incredible, man. Maybe pop 2 or 3. That's definitely low pop. I mean, and Tigris is an incredible card. I mean, that's a hard one to come by. Great skin, sweaty skin, super high usage rates. I mean, you cannot go wrong. Okay, pop 4. Yeah, I mean, either way, that's still an incredible card. I remember like those Optichromes and the PSA 10, the pop on those, it's pretty funny. Like I have the Prisoner PSA 10 Optichrome, and I'll pull it out real quick. But I had a Prisoner PSA 10 Optichrome. At the time I bought it, it was pop 1. And then 1 week I checked on the pop, and I checked it the week before, and went from a pop 1 to a pop 6 in 1 week. This card did. So, I mean, it's just weird. I mean, I'm assuming it was a Prisoner collector who had 5 in the submission. But it's like, yeah, Tigers being pop 4, that's low pop. These Optichromes, they're getting graded, a good amount actually. And I think they're really nice cards overall. Great eye appeal on. I mean, I don't think any of them have bad eye appeal really. And, they just look great. So, man, congratulations on that PSA 10. Yeah, I don't know how many Optichromes are going to be great in the future. I don't have too many good ones. Mainly the cards from Series 3 that I want to collect, I have in Cracked Ice already, except for Rustler. And, I moved on to the Optichrome. So, once the Cracked Ice are unattainable, the new collectors that haven't already gotten their PC cards in Cracked Ice, they can't find it. What are they going to have to do? They're going to have to go to the Optichrome. They're going to have to go to the Hollow. And that's, exactly what I've had to do in scenarios. Or they might have to go to the Italy. Fortnite Festival, I have not played that one yet. But, I haven't played that one yet, actually. I've played Lego and Rocket League 1. What's up, Daniel? How's it going, man? Any recent pickups you want to mention? Anything big going on for you? I saw that PSA submission you posted. That was incredible, man. All those gems you got. Congrats on that. But Mile High is the Fortnite Festival worth checking out. That's like completely different than any game I've ever played, really. I've always been pretty much, like a battle royale or PvP type game for me, but I might have to check it out. I mean, I was probably gonna end up eventually taking a look at it just because it's Fortnite, but not something I plan on doing in the future. Yeah, man, that was incredible. I mean, that Calamity Crystal Shard you got, that was incredible. It's like Rock Band. Okay, I've played it like 2 times in my life, I think, Rock Band, and it's just not my style of game. But I'll check it out, the Fortnite Festival thing. But yeah, Daniel, that PSA submission you had was incredible. Well, back to the Optichrome thing, it's like, or what I was leaning with the Optichrome thing is, when you can't get the USA Cracked Ice, or even you have to leave the Optichrome because they're unattainable. You don't find them. It's like that's what I had to do with a lot of the crystal shards that I have currently, or at the time. Like by far my best example is Moisty Merman. Before I got the USA shard, I had 2 Italy crystal shards, a Brazil, a USA hollow, Italy base, USA base, and a reloaded. All before I got the USA shard. And, you may have those, but you probably won't be content until you get the best of the best for that card. although this is a 7, so it's not technically the best, but it's the best parallel, and that's all I care about. And, you know, that's what people are going to have to do. So that's why I think Optichromes, Hollows, other prints are incredibly underrated right now. And it's like other ones I've had to do that for were Enforcer. Although for Enforcer, I never ended up. I put in a bunch of offers on his Hollows, and I never actually won any of them. And or auctions, I never won any of them. Offers were never accepted, whatever deals were closed. But you know, I have his Reloaded that I bought before I could get it, I believe. But you know, that's just what you got to do. So that's why I think there's a lot of good opportunity to make money at investing in any levels of Fortnite cards. I mean, because eventually all these shards are going to be completely unattainable. And if you want to collect a specific skin, you're going to have to settle for an Italy print or an Optichrome or a Hollow. So I love that you got that PSA 10 Mile High. That's incredible, man. But then that's another thing why I just saw my Rogue Agent, that the promos are incredibly underrated because they say that, you know, the promos, there's like so much more of them, but there's only 200, 300 of them compared to, let's take the Black Knight. There's this 100 shards, however many hollows, however many base cards. So, I mean, there's thousands of Black Knight cards. There's only 200 to 300 Galaxies, 200 to 300 Merry Marauders, 200 to 300 Rogue Agents, whatever. It's just, that's the promos, in my opinion, are so underrated because like there's only 200 to 300 of those probably, and there's thousands of BKs, there's thousands of Visitors, thousands of Moisty Mermans out there, but there's not thousands of Rogue Agents, you know? So that's why I think the promos are super underrated, just go along with that line. And if, say, you PC Merry Marauder, you have no recourse to go into getting that Hollow, Optichrome, or even base. You have to get the USA Print Crystal Shard. So, I mean, that's another, like, the promos are very underrated just based off those aspects, in my opinion. I'm not sure you meant by that. Buys my bags in the future. Some promos are unreloaded. Yeah, okay. But, you know, you have a point there. Some promos are unreloaded, so I guess that's my fault. But, like, you know, they're not in an actual set. And Reloaded, a lot of people don't enjoy the design of Reloaded is what I found. But, I don't know, just with the black, and it's like almost like dark all around. Me personally, I like the design of Reloaded, but I've heard a lot of people talk about how they don't like it. Kari, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you. You've been liking the promos lately too? Yeah, for sure, Kari. And yeah, you don't own any Reloaded, really? Let me get some out for you. I actually got my full collection down here with me today. I'm not exactly sure why, but I don't know. I decided to pull it out for whatever reason. I believe I got a Renegade I can pull out and show you guys. I got to find it, but yeah. Oh, here, I'll show you. I got a slab one I can pull out real quick. So here is a Midas Reloaded SGC9. And, I mean, you can see it's very different from his normal base card, which I don't know if that'll take me forever to probably find in here because I have a few of his base. But, I mean, his base is a bright yellow. This is more of a darker orangish yellow. And he's in the black suit compared to the white and gray one. So if I can find it, I'm looking real quick if I can find his base card. Really like the Rogue Agent. I had it in my locker, didn't even realize it. Yeah, Rogue Agent's awesome. He's a personal PC card for me as well. Not a skin I wore, but one of the very first people I ever played Fortnite with back in like 2017, 2018. He always wore Rogue Agent, so there's a lot of nostalgia behind Rogue Agent for that. But back to what Mile High was talking about, Reloaded, is this, I mean, they're super condition sensitive. They're always beat up. I mean, this SGC9, it's a super clean 9. I almost want to crack this in a PSA. And, I mean, there's a chance I get a gem on this, and that'd be a really nice card. But people are starting to appreciate Reloaded more now, I think, because it was severely underrated for a little bit there. I got to find that Midas base. so I can do the comparison for you real quick. Here's another reloaded card that is in no other card as Meowscles. This is his only card. As of right now, hopefully S4 drops, Obviously, that's probably not going to happen, but we can hope, right? I'll just pull all my reloaded cards. I don't have too many, but, I have enough to. All right. So, Mile High, to show you the difference in the reloaded, it's like you can see it's just darker. He's wearing the black suits. This isn't the best example. Like, you look at Moisty Merman's, there's like a little bit of shadow behind him that just makes the whole card darker. And then here's his regular base card for Midas. It's the brighter yellow. He's in a different suit and everything. So I think reloaded's cool because there's different variations and everything like that. Different perspective on the skin in card form, which is always cool. Here's some more reloaded cards I can pull out. So this is just two more. This is Heist, and this is his only card as well. He's PC for me, so, I had to turn to the reloaded because there's nothing else of him. And then here's Aim. As you can see, he's red in this one, and you can see the little bit of shadow I was talking about. That's a good example of it. And then you look at Moisty Merman. So here's his reloaded, and then here's his actual Series 1 base card. It's like it's way more panned out. You can see, his legs and everything. You can see the belt that he wears. Do I main him? If you're talking about Heist, no. Moisty Merman is my main skin. I pretty much only run Moisty. Like 90% of the time I'll be wearing Moisty Merman. And then I'll show you the difference between, I'll have to find an Aim card, and I'll show you real quick. I don't think I have any Aim. Here we go. Here's an Aim Hollow. Here's a comparison for the Aim. So you just imagine the Aim is base. This is reloaded, and this is a Series 1. You can see more zoomed out. This one actually changes color. It's red, which is interesting. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. Kind of like matches his pants. But then the yellow matches the paint job on him. So both look really good in my opinion. I think I still got to go with the yellow. Well, you look at the front of the reloaded and the back of the Series 1. They're basically the same image, both zoomed out. Yeah, reloaded is definitely a cool set. But yeah, Mile High. My main skin is Moisty Merman, and it has been since Season 4. The only skin that ever came close to being used as much as Moisty Merman for me is Mancake, and he came out in Chapter 2, Season 5, and I wore him for probably about a good 3 seasons. But that's like the only time Moisty Merman wasn't my main skin. It was for those. It was like Chapter 2, Season 5, 6, and 7. It was Mancake then. By then, I was back to Moisty Merman pretty much only. I need to organize this. I have just like no order to my collection at all. It's just, there's a Moisty Merman base. Then it just goes to, Aim, Italy Hollow Foil, Bunker Jones, the Italy Cracked Ice, Skull Trooper USA. That's a USA Peely. I forgot I even had that. USA Skull Trooper too. I don't know. I definitely need to organize my collection. There's another Aim Hollow Foil. So I got 2 of those somehow. Anything new you're chasing in your collection, or just mainly S1 shards? So, Kari, nothing new in particular. Still the main S1 shard chase. And, it's pretty much it. S1 shards is by far what I'm looking for the most currently. And for me, that's just what I like the best. I like the eye appeal on those the best. And I believe those will be king in the future, the most sought after, the most chased after, just like they are now. So investment-wise and PC-wise, it's just shards make the most sense to me, and there's, no reason why I shouldn't go after them, just based on what I believe for collecting. I remember when this card was like $100. I only paid like $20 for it. These are the only 2 cracked ice I've ever pulled. Snowmando and Athleisure Assassin. So those are pretty cool ones. Kari, I know you like this skin. There's a Dare Cracked Ice. I know it's one of your PC ones. I guess it's turned into me going through my collection. There's a Kuno. It's a nice card. Dark Bomber Hollow Foil, USA print. This is a Giddy Up Italy. I don't even know why that's in a card saver. Oh, yeah, because it's in the pack. But you get that? I can't, Kari. That one's locked away, man. I know you like Dare, though, but that one's locked away. This is one of my moisty Italys. Oh, there's my Renegade Reloaded. Right there. Definitely not a PSA 10. Every single corner's rounded. There's like a little white speck over there. The camera won't pick it up, but that is nowhere near a PSA 10. I'm not sure why this Hollowhead Italy hollow foil is in a mag, but it is. You gotta say that color scheme is awesome. Oh, of course, Kari. The color scheme on Dare, that green, it looks incredible. I mean, it's like a greenish yellow. It looks great. I completely agree with you. Dare is a great looking card. That was close. My case almost just fell over off a table with some slabs in it. That could have been bad. There's another AIM hollow foil. For some reason, I have 3 of these, and this one's a CGC 7. I don't even remember. I don't even know where I got this or when I got this. This is interesting. Yeah, this is CGC 7. Oh, it's Brazil. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Inferno Optichrome SGC 9. That's not sure why that was slabbed up, but you know, at the peak of Series 3, prices were interesting. But I feel like megas are overpriced or shards are underpriced, but I know for sure the market will level out eventually. I think, yeah, I mean, one of those things are true. Megas are either overpriced or shards are underpriced. That is a fact. I completely agree with you there, Mile High. And there definitely needs to be some leveling out. And in the future, it'll definitely happen. But that is a great point. And me personally, I believe the shards are underpriced. I mean, you see shards going for $60, $90 now in really good. PSA 8, PSA 9 condition. And for these so sensitive cards, that's good grades. I mean, I got 3s, I got 4s, I got 6s, I got 7s. It's just the way it's got to be if you're going to collect these crystal shards. You can't just go out and just ball on 10s. It's just that's the way it's got to be. And yeah, I completely agree with you there. There's got to be some leveling out there, and the shard prices, in my opinion, will end up being the ones that go up, not the mega price going down. That was a pretty good card from Series 3. Frozen Fish Sticks, USA Cracked Ice. Pretty cool. Oh, this is a special one right here. You guys will like this. This is the Bright Bomber Italy Crystal Shard, but the top loader is signed by Dylan of Taking High Ground. This is like, I don't know, it's pretty cool to me. Top loader is signed by Dylan. I'll take this out real quick. Actually, I might check on this Bright Bomber. I might grade this. There you go. Autographed by Dylan. Tell me that's not awesome. This Bright Bomber is super clean. I might have to grade this one. Knockout's PSA 10 sold for just more than a mega. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, like, I don't mean, okay, I misspoke there. I think that's fair. PSA 10 Crystal Shard, one of the best skins. Well, no, okay. I keep misspeaking on this one. What I actually mean to say is that is too cheap. It should be selling for more than a mega because it's one of the top cards you can pull, and then it's in perfect condition. That should be selling for double or triple the price of a mega, in my personal opinion. Shard's got to be underpriced. Exactly, Kyrie. Mile High. Which one were you asking about for how much? Was it the Frozen Fish Sticks? Really, none of my stuff's for sale, but I mean, depending on what it is, I guess potentially if I get a good enough offer. But you gotta let me know what you're talking about. The boss set potential, the auto. Yeah, no, man, that's not for sale. This is locked away because it goes really well with the R3 Rips PSA 9 Lux autograph on the slab. So that's Rob's autograph on a PSA 9 Lux slab. So, you know, should probably put like an aura in here or something to make it really fitting. But, you know. But yeah, that's definitely one I got to keep. Boxes have potential to pull a 10K. Yeah, Mile High, I was able to get them both. And, yeah, probably one of the best parts of my collection other than my shards because very unique and not a lot of people have this stuff. You know. And they're like one of the like the icons of Fortnite trading cards for content, you know. So those are really cool to me. The boxes have potential to pull a 10K plus card. Right? Exactly, Kari. The boxes are not unfairly priced. The shards are too low. That's definitely the truth in my opinion. This is a pretty special card. This is the very first Series 1 card I ever bought. Frostbite Italy. Crystal Shard PSA 8. I paid like $25. I think it was like $27 for this at auction. And this was like right when I got into Fortnite cards, and I won my first 2 auctions in the same day. And the first one was an X-Lord Holofoil USA print. I'll see if I can find that real quick. There it is. So this card means a lot to me because this is the very first auction I ever won for Fortnite cards. So this is one the story behind that is really cool to me. It's like a 1% chance of pulling the shard you want out of a box. I mean, mathematically, it is. You get 2 shards per pack, 100 cards in the set. So, yeah, Mile High, that is true. Mathematically, there's a 1% chance of pulling the shard that you want. But not if you want them. Daniel, that is the right mindset. If you want them all, you can't pull anything bad. I like that, Daniel. That's a good thing to say. But yeah, Mile High, mathematically, it is a 1% chance of pulling the card that you want. So I guess every time you open a Mega, you are, 1% chance of pulling a Black Knight. So, but let's say you want 10 cards, a lot easier. There's 20 cards that you now. Okay. How many cards do you think, Mile High? How many cards is there in the set that if you pulled that card and then say like I don't know what's the worst card in the set, like Monica or something, like $100 shard, and then another card, what would that other card have to be for you to be happy? Like how many out there in the set are there? Is it 10? Is it 15? Is it 20? Is it 50? It's like, so probably less than a 1% chance of getting that PSA 10. Yeah, exactly. Odds, but then again, coming from the pack, those things are usually they're usually good enough to have a shot at a 10. I mean, you don't typically pull them out of a box and they're like, a 6 automatically. But there's an outside chance of that. Yeah, Mile High, I want how many cards in the set, one specific shard that would make you satisfied out of a mega box rip. S2 was such a fun opening because there's 30 at least that I like. Exactly, Kari. That's what I'm trying to figure out for S1 for people. How many cards is there that makes it worth that 1K, that 1.1? Top 20 skins will be in my wants. Okay, so yeah. And do you have if you have any PC cards that might not be as valuable, but something that you might be like, okay, I'm satisfied. This is a card I like. This is a card I want. Yeah. Card you said probably like 10 to 15. I mean, for me, if I'm gonna go out and spend the 1K on a mega box, which would be like by far the most money I've ever spent on anything involved with cards, that I wasn't going to go out and flip right away, I would want, I mean, no matter what, to make my money back, at least in value. But it's like cards I actually want. It's a pretty long list how many cards. Like, if I don't take money into account, how many cards that I actually would be satisfied with pulling, it's a long list. I mean, there's a lot of great ones out there that you don't see very often, that you don't take into account how many people PC that card, how many people want that card, how many people haven't seen that card in, a year and a half. There's a lot of those like that. Moose did that Nagop sell. Oh, Daniel, he said more than an S1 Mega, so at least 1.1 probably. Yeah, so top 10% of the set. You get 2 shards per pack. It's not terrible odds, actually. I mean, okay, 1 in 5, basically 20% chance. If I'm doing that right, I'm probably not. But so 20% chance of pulling a card that you want. I mean, it's a gamble, but it's not terrible. And if you get 2 middle of the road ones, that could also make up for it. And it's also, in your opinion, what are the top 20? That's perspective as well. I mean, some could have certain teams that are top 20, some could not. It's just the way it is. And a lot of this is perspective and opinion based as well, not just fact. I mean, obviously BK, Peely, Ghoul Trooper, Skull Trooper are all in everyone's top 20. Of course, Bright Bomber, Dark Bomber. But, okay, I thought it'd be an 80% chance of losing because you get 2 shards. Okay, so even at a 90% chance of losing, I mean, yeah, but I think you can still justify ripping. Just, you can pull a card. If it dimes, you get a $50,000 card out of a $1,000 box. So, I mean, there's that small, super tiny margin that you 50x your money out of a $1,000 box. I mean, I highly doubt there's a $1,000, okay, like there's a chance with sports cards, you're not 50xing your money on a $1,000 box ever. Okay, but it's like the same kind of odds, 0.001% chance or whatever it would be that you 50x your money on a box that expensive. And sports is the same with Fortnite. People are going to be taking that risk. People want to take that risk because they think, every sealed mega is a Black Knight PSA 10 until it's not. I can't remember who I heard say that, but that's like the smartest thing I ever heard say. That's your numbers? Yeah. Okay, Maha, I get it. For sure. But, I mean, if you think about it, you could also go out and try to sell that mega, and people are going to think, yeah, I got the BK in this one, until it's not, kind of thing, Because once you rip it and you pull that moniker and, I don't know, and fly trap out of your thing, and you get like $180 back. But so you can definitely argue for both sides. I understand both arguments. Like I said, I personally think that the shards are too undervalued, but then the megas have that so high ceiling. I mean, that the ceiling on the megas is incredible. So there's both arguments. I mean, there's shards that, like, if I paid 1K for, that I have in my PC, that I love those cards, but I'd be annoyed if I pulled it. Like, if I didn't already have my Moisty, I'd be happy to pull one. But it's like, if I open a Mega, I pull a Moisty Merman, I'm not going to be that exhilarated about it because I already have one, and he's not that valuable. Unless, I mean, I think his last PSA 10 count was like 15. So if he dimes, you're making your money back. But, if you also got to think about it this way, if any of those shards dime, you're making your money back pretty much. I mean, like 85% of the time, if you get a dime, you're making your money back. I mean, see if I can find a good example here. I only have one PSA 10. It's not a great one. But like I said, like 85% of the time, if you get a PSA, I mean, Mothman is in the bottom part of the set for value. And this is a PSA 10. Someone pulled this, and I slabbed it myself, got a PSA 10. And, I'm value on this. I don't know. If I was going to sell it, I'd ask for like $1,500. But, I don't know if I'd get that. I'm assuming I could probably get like 7 for it, maybe. I don't know. If a set collector needed it, I could probably get more. I know a specific set collector you guys know paid $1K for a Caster PSA 10. I mean, Caster is not exactly the greatest card in all of the sets. I think I have a base card in laying around, but yeah, I mean, this has been pretty fun just going through my collection because I haven't really looked through all of it and just kind of had all my cards in one spot for a while. Pretty cool. I forgot I have the full Heyman set, well, except for the base. So I should probably get an epic base Heyman because I have his Shard PSA 9 and his USA Hollow Foil. The 10s will be worth the value of a Mega or just a bit less if Knock-Ops is up for $1,500. So, I mean, Knock-Ops for $1,500, in my opinion, is a steal. If I had the money, that's something I'd buy. But, I don't, and Knock-Ops isn't PC for me. But I think that's great value. Knock-Ops is one of the most iconic skins in game for sweats and people, well-known skin for sure, high usage rates. And I think she's pretty underrated. And I really like her personally. I don't know what it's like a pinkish red, her card color. I mean, that's a beautiful card color. They didn't give that card color out to many cards in the set. She might even be the only one. There's probably another one, but the color of her card is incredible. That I don't have any Knock-Ops, anything really, except for like a base. But yeah, she has a great looking card for sure. I think I just saw the Caster base. Got to show that out. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a Caster base, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, the Knock-Ops are definitely going to be able to make your money back pretty much most of the time for sure. And maybe not right away, but definitely throughout time, if you find the right buyer, you'll definitely make your money back on a Mega if you get a PSA 10 on any of the shards. But I mean, sure. Yeah, Daniel, you hit that really nice PSA 10. That's incredible. Where do I go to find the values on my cards? I check eBay comps. If there aren't any, then you just got to make something up pretty much. I mean, when I bought, this is like for a lot of the shards that I bought, not through eBay, it was like you can't find them. There's no comps or anything. So it's like you just got to, I mean, the person who has it has all the leverage and they can pretty much say whatever they want. And if you say, man, that's too high, they say, go find another one. And, that's why you're coming to them because you haven't found any. So getting an actual true value on Fortnite cards is very hard because they're so rare and scarce. And, you just got to, if you can't find comps, you pretty much got to make something up. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's an example with my Moisty Merman. There was only one comp, and it was a PSA 10 for $1,500. And this is a raw one. It was raw. I bought it raw, graded it, got a 7. And I'll tell you what, I paid $260 for this. PC for me, I didn't care. I wanted this card. I paid $260 for this card. And, the guy originally wanted, I think it was like $450, but I do not blame him. The comp was, I mean, that was the whole thing. He had all the leverage. I had none. And I completely respect his play there. And, I think he ended up giving me a good deal at $260. And I'm very happy I bought it. And I bought that from Get Hype Cards. So you should follow him on Instagram. He's a great guy. And I also did an interview with him. So you should check that out as well. But he's a great guy. But to get values on my cards, if you can't find eBay comps, just guess pretty much, honestly. I mean, that's just the way it is. Look at the condition. Look at the PSA pop report. Look at the gem rate on it. And, use those things to kind of factor. And that's just the way you got to do it. It's like with the Visitor, there's no comps for this. And I paid $300 for it at the National in cash. I mean, I didn't even go to check comps though at the National. I just kind of, figured, all right, that seems fair kind of thing. And Black Ash did me right with those for sure. He gave me a good deal. You got the Eric card, far out, man, with the spec. I still don't understand the appeal behind that. And people actually thought that'd be a big card one day. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, I want to get more shards for sure. Like I don't know. You guys know my goal was 15 graded by PSA before the end of the year. I have 15 shards, but half of them are raw pretty much. So I got to get these slabbed up, and obviously I can't get them back by the end of the year. So I think I'm gonna send out a submission in late January. After all the holidays pass and everyone gets back to work and everything. From New Year's or Christmas break, whatever, and just let things just get back to normal a little bit. So late January, I'm probably sending out a submission with my shards, probably a few from S2 as well. And I might even send in, I might crack out the Man Cake 9.5 and send it in just so you guys know I like my collection in PSA. That's but I'm probably not going to crack out the Vendetta because, I don't know, he's not really PC for me. I just bought him because he was a good deal. The Moisty Brazil and the SGC 9, the 9 is generous. It's very generous. Shout out to you, Kari, for selling me the Moisty. But the 9 is generous on that, I'll say. So I'd be stupid to crack that because it'd probably get a PSA 8. And, you can say it's an SGC 9. You can say it might be a PSA 9. But if you actually look at the card, it's not. The Ragnarok will be in the submission, the Singularity, the Deadfire. Maybe my Prisoner. That's like a 50-50. I'm not sure on that yet. Obviously, my Visitor, Snow Squall, Rogue Agent, the Ace, and I might crack out the Maximilian PSA 7 because, I don't know, the corners are flawless. There's this slightest little indent. I don't think it should drop it that low. My 2017 Prism Mahomes PSA 9 has a bigger indent than that, and it's a PSA 9. So I see no reason why that could be an 8 or a 9 at least. And my crack shot, of course, I'm submitting that. There's the Ace, Snow Squall, Visitor, the Rogue Agent. So all those are going to be subbed. Yeah. I don't know. This is a tough one because I could consider cracking this out and resubbing it. Corners are all sharp. I don't know exactly why this got a 9. I'll take it out of 3 so I can get a better look at it. But it seems like a really clean 9, especially for reloaded. I'm sure if this PSA 10's okay. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. There's like a tiny bit of whitening on that corner. I don't think the camera picked it up, but it's just faint enough. Looks like something maybe I could just drag my nail across it slightly, and it might just come right off. I don't know if that's worth the risk, though. I could end up damaging it worse or something. And then, now it's not in the SGC 9 holder anymore, and it won't get a PSA 10 or a 9 probably. So I don't know if that's worth the risk. Just like what I said with the Moisty Brazil, that's not going to get a PSA 9 or higher. So I'll just keep it in the SGC. And the SGC black looks better with this card than the PSA, like the red and the white would. Just fits better. I don't know how much. I'm probably not going to send in any Series 3 except for the man. I don't even know if I'm going to send in the Man Cake, but the Frozen Fish 6 won't be subbed. I don't know. He's pretty clean, though. But no. I was kind of considering subbing the Ice Queen Optichrome because it's clean and PSA 10. I'm sure that's a pretty decent card. I bought this card for like $20 at a show from a sports guy. I forgot how good this card looked. Just the eye peel on it, the dark blue. Oh, that's a great looking card. The Optichromes have incredible eye appeal. I forgot how many AIM cards I actually have. It's insane. I have quite the AIM collection. You'd think I'd PC AIM over Moisty if you saw my collection. I mean, I do believe AIM is an incredible card, though. Super storyline relevant. The yellow on him looks great. Another card I think is underrated is Sentinel. Tier 100, legendary. Good chance for storyline relevance there for him. I think he's pretty underrated. I'm not saying he's like top 10 from Series 2 or anything, but I think he should get a little bit more love than he does. I'm just getting my AIM collection together. I just want to see what all my AIMs look like. Optichromes are gorgeous. I could look at those all day, especially the S2. Yeah, Kari, that is very true. Optichromes they look great. Opti Red Jade PSA 10. That wow, Dan, man, you did it right with that sub. You got. I hope I get your grader when I send in. You know, get all dimes on my shards, even the crack shot that's gonna get a PSA 1. This is just all AIM cards. Here, this is my AIM collection. Inside look at the full AIM collection that I have. Reloaded. This is a Italy hollow foil. This is a Brazil hollow foil. This is a Brazil shard. This is a USA base PSA 10. This is a CGC 7. I was wrong earlier. This is Italy hollow foil. And the shard PSA 8. So, you know, I just randomly have an incredible AIM collection. I don't know. The yellow on him does look great. Yeah. Gotta love AIM, right? AIM to the moon. AIM pump and dump. No, I'm not selling these, but yeah, AIM is awesome. I don't. In my opinion, has the best looking shard in the set of all the ones I've seen in person. I've seen most of them, but like Ghoul Trooper and BK, Skull Trooper. Those are the three I have yet to see. Yeah, I think I've seen all those, but those four actually. Because I saw some incredible cards at the National. Oh yeah, and Pump Shotgun. Yeah. So those are the five I haven't seen, but yeah. And I'm sure the pump looks amazing with the yellow because AIM is yellow and the pump is slightly lighter. So I'm sure the pump looks great. But then again, AIM is more gold, and there wasn't a whole lot of just like true gold cards like AIM was. Yeah, Daniel, Optis are incredible. I mean, I just love the way they look. They have awesome eye appeal. Let's see what other ones I got for Series 2. I don't have too many. That's something I feel like my collection is lacking is S2 Optichromes. I mean, I saw Jake's collection get hype, and any new pickups, David? No, none, man. It's been kind of dry ever since the Ragnarok. Anything for you? I mean, I've just been kind of just going over, like, I went through like my whole collection on stream tonight, which was pretty cool because I haven't looked at it really in a while, except for my shards. But yeah, David, any recent pickups you want to talk about? This hot wire looks pretty good. I've had this one for a long time. This one's pretty clean too. And I don't know if hot wires were sending in to be graded. That's your favorite skin. I'm sorry about that, but I don't have too many Series 2 Optichromes. Got the rust there. See if this one's clean. This one I might grade just for PC wise and just hold it. I bought this for like $10. It was a steal. No, this one is definitely not a good candidate for grading. I guess I'm starting to see what I let this go for $10. There's like, you can't see it on the back, but there's scratches on the back. There's scratches on the front on her face. Oh yeah, this would not grade well. This would get like an 8 maybe, just based on how bad the surface is on the back and on the front. But still a card I love for my PC because that's how I get a USA cracked ice. They do look good together, the Optichromes. David and I are even kind of getting it reloaded a little bit. So I was showing off a little bit of mine. I got the Midas SGC 9. Got a Meowscles. Got the Renegade. Probably like a PSA 8. And these are like probably the big 3 for reloaded. This one's in great condition. And these two are just, I don't know. Let's take a look at the Meowscles. This one gets a, okay, I already see one problem. This Nice Midas is still pop 9. Pop 0. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I read 9. Yeah, I'm assuming he's pop 0. I don't think my SGC 9 would get a 10. But I guess there's an outside chance. I'm going to take a look at Meowscles. See if there's any gem possibilities for this one. Front looks really good, actually. That's really weird. There's 2 small circular indents on this, almost like that is super weird. Well, this card is actually super clean. I'm being careful now because this is actually super clean. I think this has a shot at a 10. And Meowscles in a 10 would be huge. Starting to think, though, with the way PSA holds the card, I'd rather have BGS for reloaded. Don't want me reloaded to get banged up inside. That is very true. I mean, you see that a lot. PSA, they sure pick up just a few of my slabs and not that one. There we go. Second slab I picked up. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it shakes. The card shakes inside. This is only a PSA 8 Devour, so it's like I'm shaking around a BK shard right now. But yeah, I think that's a good take there, David. I mean, let's see if I have any more. That one's good. No shake on the SGC. Not on that one. No shake on that PSA. But yeah, I mean, that's PSA needs to protect the card better. I completely agree, David. See if I can find any more that have the problem. No. There we go. My Ruin shakes. That's unfortunate, actually. Why is no? Okay, that's actually really unfortunate that the Ruin shakes because I paid like $100 for that, and I really overpaid for that one. No shake in there. None of my SGC ones have had it. Only the PSA. This Moisty hollow foil shakes inside there. There. But yeah, that I completely agree with you, David. I mean, that is one drawback from PSA. The card does shake. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, to get the most money out of your cards, this one shakes a little bit. The reflex, but not bad. Nothing there. Nothing there. These are 2. Kind of Ruin and Jack Gordon hollows, both by PSA. But yeah, PSA needs to protect the cards better. Exactly. I completely agree with you there, David. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. I mean, I'll check some of my lower grade shards if they shake or not, but I'm not gonna start shaking them off Mando 10 around. The Ruckus shard does not shake. See if the Maximilian does. It does not. So maybe it's just the hollows because maybe they're slightly thinner. I don't know, or the base cards, but yeah, that's definitely a good point, David. PSA does need to do a better job of protecting their cards. And I still can't believe this card has got a 6, how bad this thing is. This thing looks like a 2 to me. I don't see it. All right. BGS is the only company to sleeve the card. I believe so. Let me see what other slabs I got. Oh, CGC. Okay, it was earlier. But the aim shakes inside the CGC 7 holder, but CGC does not use a sleeve. SGC doesn't. Obviously, PSA does not. No, HGA does not. Yeah, I believe PSA is the only company to use a sleeve. I think that's right, David. I think you are right on that. PSA is the only BGS is the only company to use a sleeve. That's like the only company I don't have a Fortnite card slabbed in. I have SGC, PSA, SGC, but no BGS. The prototype in the SGC slab doesn't shake, but for some reason the AIM hollow foil does in this SGC slab. So I did admire my prototype real quick. These things are super cool. Just knowing the story behind them, there's like a mystique to them. Just like if you know the full story from Wayne's interview and everything, just how they were found and everything. These things are awesome, especially the USA ones, which is what this is. BGS take away from the look of the card with that sleeve. I mean, is it that big of a deal though, Daniel? I mean, I think that BGS is also the only the only slab to have UV protection. I don't think PSA has UV protection. That's why you guys see me do some strange things to especially with my shards. I mean, I I remember who it was. They DM me, they're kind of just giving me some shit about the card savers and the sleeves on the shards to protect them from any UV damage, but they was kind of messing with me about it. It was pretty funny. But yeah. I don't know, it's just something stupid I do. I don't know why I get so uptight about UV protection. No, if it's reloaded base though. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely true, David. It won't take away from reloaded base. I don't think that's a big deal breaker. Daniel, so that carbide that you have, do you think the BGS takes away from the shard? That's what we got taking high ground slab protection for. Yeah, that is true, Daniel. I have that. I actually put one on a one touch too. I put one on the Visitor. Yeah, that is Overshield is the name of their product. Check that out. It's a good product for sure. On FortniteCards.com. And I also have it on the Maximilian. And I have one on a sports card. My Trayvon Walker Gold Vinyl 101 from Contenders Optic rookie card PSA 9. I have it on that, and I don't have that with me right now. It's a pretty cool card. But yeah, those are definitely useful, the taking high ground overshields, because you don't got to worry about going with the card savers in the sleeve like I do for some reason. Or if I can get the card pros, I have a hard time finding these for a semi-reasonable price, because on eBay they tax the shit out of these things and charge like $10 a piece for them. But at card shows I can get them for like $3, so is what it is. I don't know what the conditions like on this Bunker Jonesy. That's got the Italy corner. Italy shard, Bunker Jonesy. I do like to look at S2 Italy. I think it looks really good. I have a Ruin S2 Italy as well. I wonder if that one's clean. That'd be a good one and great. I mean, getting that one a PSA 10 would not be a bad card at all. There it is. Let's see. I am prepping for submission. Well, it's kind of like already done with, but I'm just looking at some of my cards to see if they're like maybe as a shot for grading. But there's like I don't know. I think it's like 7 cards that for sure I'm sending out. Oh, the Ruin has the Italy corner bad. That'll be no shot. I send that one in. The USA. Oh, that's the hollow foil. Where's the USA ice at? There you go. There's the USA ice Ruin and the Italy. And the USA hollow foil PSA 9. But is it Carol? I pretty much have the submission set up for what I'm going to be sending, and I'll show you. So this will be my next submission. I'll have a Rogue Agent USA shard. I'll have a Visitor USA shard. A Snow Squall USA print crystal shard. The Ace USA print crystal shard. And a Crack Shot USA print crystal shard. Then a Ragnarok USA print crystal shard. A Singularity USA cracked ice. Deadfire USA print crystal shard. And Prisoner USA print cracked ice. And possibly a Man Cake Series 3 USA ice, but probably not. You'd have to crack out of an SGC 9.5. Yes, those will be going to PSA. I pretty much only sub with PSA because I like to get the most value. Now, honestly, this could just be biased, but I do think their slab looks the best. I mean, PSA, but then, I mean, CGC I think is ugly. SGC is not my thing. BGS is really good, but it's like, I don't know. I don't like the fact that 9.5s are their 10 and it's not actually a 10. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully I get some 10s, you know. If that Visitor 10s, that's all that matters, really. As long as the Visitor 10s and I don't get, you know, well, I mean, I have a few cards in there that I'm assuming will get like 1s and 2s, like the Ragnarok and the Crack Shot will be 1s and 2s, 3s and 4s kind of thing. But, you know, as long as any other cards in that don't get below an 8 or a 9, I'll be happy. As long as the Visitor gets a 10, though. The Visitor has to get a 10. Huge PSA fan. Yeah, Mile High. There's no other option. You got to go PSA if you want to just go for value. At least that's just my personal opinion. You want to get value, go with PSA. That was a pretty cool stream. I was able to just go through my cards. I had people in chat for most of the time. Got to look at a lot of cards I haven't looked at in a while. Came back horrible. Took a break for a while. Maybe it's time for another sub. Where'd you sub? Was it PSA, SGC, BGS, CGC, HDA, SGC 10, Fly Trap Shot? Daniel, what? I know that was at like 260 or something. I mean, I'm not about to drop 260 on a Fly Trap, but I mean, if someone does, I mean, it's a cool card. I respect it. Fly Trap getting some love. That's pretty funny. I mean, there's someone who in the Fortnite card space currently has him as their Instagram profile picture in a crystal shard, so maybe he'll be the one to grab it. Most recent sub came back horrible. That's too bad, man. I've never had terrible luck with PSA, except for the one time they kept my 5-card sub for 19 months. That was unfortunate, but the results came back good. It was worth it. I made money on the sub, but it's like they had my cards for 19 months. That was unfortunate, but going through my cards is my favorite. Yeah, this is like the first time I've been able to do it where I've actually done it in months where I've had all of them because I have my filing cabinet, my safe, and I keep my better ones in the safe, cheaper ones in the filing cabinet. I just kind of brought them all out, just to look at them for the stream. I thought about just going through and showing each individual card, but then that stream might be like 2 hours because Mile High. That was so I sent it in January 2021. Came back August 2022. So yeah, they weren't nice to me. Either August or July. I don't know. I'm not about to do the math right now, but they were not nice to me to say the least with how long they kept my cards for. But they were nice to me on the grades. I think it was all 10s actually. I had like a Herbert Prism base in there at the time. I was like a $400 card. Well, when I sent it in a PS 10, it was doing $2K, and then back then it was doing like 400. Now it's like 150. Again, unfortunate. I should have sold that, but that's just the way it is. Now he's out for the season, so Herbert is not the. I should not have held on to that card, but I pulled it, so it's not like I was in it for too much. I hit a restock back in the 2020 days. That was fun times for cards. Was the COVID times because doing the going to stores, waiting in the lines, getting product out. I don't know. And the draft class was so stacked. Football, that was good times. He could recover. Yeah, I'm sure he will, but going to win the Super Bowl. Well, it's not going to be my New England Patriots. Sadly, they were eliminated this weekend, but I got to mention Dallas. I think from the NFC, it's going to be the Niners, and then from the AFC, it's probably between the Ravens and Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are still going to figure it out, and I'll probably get up there, or it could be Baltimore. Lamar's having an MVP type season again, so I don't know. I think from the AFC, it's going to be Baltimore, Kansas City, and that's going to be the Niners from the NFC. And I think the 49ers will probably win it. Yeah, I'll lock it in. The 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl. That's my pick. I'm picking the Niners. What about you, man? Who are you picking? I don't know if you have any rooting interest in it. Hey, there is hope. I mean, you got Sean Payton, so you can never count that guy out. He's a really great coach. So if you have Sean Payton, I don't think you're ever technically out of contention for anything. Because he's a really great coach. But I think the Broncos will be pretty decent next year. We'll be in a wild card spot for sure next year. Denver is looking good. Their defense is looking very solid. They've been on kind of a win streak, but Russ can't cook. He hasn't been doing terrible this year. Last year was way worse. I think we can all agree on that. But yeah, I got two Broncos fans. That's pretty funny. In here right now. Yeah, Russ has been doing a lot better this year than he was last year. And then, even his last year with the Seahawks, it was a little grim. But I think he's doing pretty good. Yeah, he has. He's been running the ball a little bit more. He's been getting out of the pocket a lot better. Yeah, but Mile High, you are right. It's been a lot of defense. A lot of defense. Which, if you think about 2015 when they had Manning, a lot of defense. Obviously, Russell Wilson is nowhere near Peyton, but it was all defense. And then, past 7 weeks, yes. Before that, no. Yeah, the Broncos, they have a solid team. They might get a wild card. I could see it. Are they in they might be in the playoffs actually right now. You guys started out a lot worse than you are currently. But I appreciate all you guys stopping by. Carol, Shadow, Mile High, Daniel, Kari, David, anyone that stopped in tonight and just stopped to say what's up or type any comment or like the stream. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.